Okay. I think we're good.
Hey, friends and fam. I'm sorry, I just got to mess with her a little bit. It has been quite a busy time of year. We've had a lot of stuff going on. November has been an awesome month. Sad to see it go, but we're excited about December coming up. And we wanted to share with you guys some things from last month, wins with our clients, things that they've gone through, and just all great things. So just tune in, be encouraged as we share.
Yeah, so should we start off? Who should we start off with? There's been a few people that have lost weight even during the holiday season,
which is hard in and of itself.
Yeah. So I will start off with this. It's not uncommon for those who are with us during the holidays that they lose weight. Mm-hmm. Paul, who was with us he was here with us until October. He lost weight during the holidays too. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy because he thought he couldn't do it, but he did. And he enjoyed his time with his family. And I recently got off a call with Jeremy and Val, and they also lost weight during the holidays. And they said that because they are with us, they are sticking to things because of the accountability. And I think that's the biggest key. And I can't stress that enough, that the accountability partnership has been one of the biggest keys. Mm-hmm. So,
Well, I mean, that's a big part of iron sharpens iron, right? We keep each other accountable. We at times provide a little bit of friction to make sure we all grow, but
that's necessary.
We're there to help each other along the way as well. Mm-hmm. So that's a big thing. But yeah, so I mean, Val and Jeremy, for example, they've lost weight during the holiday season. Yeah, I know Vanessa lost weight during the holiday season. She actually just totaled over 40 pounds. 40 pounds down. As she's been working with us, and consistency has been a big part of that. So
yeah,
definitely want to shout that out.
Yep. I got a text message from Brian.
Yeah.
That he's down 29 pounds with us. Mm-hmm. So I'm really proud of him. So here's the key, guys. As Chris had mentioned earlier, that when friction happens, so you can jump in and kind of elaborate on this more, but so we watched The Forge. So I really liked that show.
It's not The Forge.
Oh, what was it called?
Forged in
Fire. I thought it was The Forge.
So if you want to watch it, go ahead and look it up.
It's called The Forged in Fire. And so in the beginning of the show, they would show the iron, the blades getting sharpened. So that's the friction. And so part of the friction that when you are working with us is that, yes, the accountability is there. But Chris, hey, Gio was on.
Hey, what's up?
But Chris is there and he's asking, hey, guys, I'm here to show up. You guys show up. Let's work out even during the holidays. Yeah, Thursday, Thanksgiving. But the very next day.
Yeah, we go right back into it. And, a lot of people actually ask me, like, do we work out during the holidays or do we take like Labor Day off and stuff? And no, I don't. And that's on purpose because, I mean, this is a lifestyle. So, I mean, just because a holiday shows up doesn't mean that we have to stop our lives to celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah. And they still enjoy their food. They still had fun with friends and family. So it's not that just because they're with us, they have to totally change things. There are ways around even the holidays that still will help you gain success towards your goals. Like one of the things that Val and Jeremy did was they brought a certain side for their Friendsgiving or friends, like gatherings and stuff like that. So there are ways to go about this. Cindy or Steph, actually it was Steph that I spoke to, instead of making things with refined sugar, she used things with like stevia and changed the format of her cooking to make things healthier. Oh, and Jeremy. So Jeremy said, I didn't have a whole bunch of cookies, It was just having that consciousness and self-awareness of what are my goals? I have accountability with Kristen McCall, and I'm not going to go overboard because I want to take care of myself.
Well,
So
I want to jump in and not just mention the accountability, but I alluded to the consistency part earlier. Another client win. One of our guys, Steve, he's been with us now for a couple of years. He just hit over 300 workouts.
But Candace has done.
Candace's wife has been over 450, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got to catch up to her. But it's just great, and it's a model of consistency that we see. I mean, these folks are in their 70s.
Yeah.
And they're being able to be consistent with exercise throughout the holiday season, throughout moving, traveling. Yeah. I mean, he pastors at a church an hour and a half away. So I mean, they've made it into a lifestyle, and we're just glad that we're able to offer that consistency week in and week out. We're there.
Yeah. So one of the biggest keys, especially when you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s. Now, Candace and Steve are in their 70s.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest keys for when you are in your 40s, 50s, and 60s is you do need that consistency, the help with consistency, because life gets busy. People just have a lot of things on their plate. Well, the cool part is that with us, we're mobile and we understand where you're at.
Not just mobile, virtual.
Oh, virtual. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big thing too. Nathan, who, he's worked out with us for a while, he would go on vacation and, he would take the phone just like this right onto a deck, and he'd bring a kettlebell and some bands, and we would work out on Monday and on Wednesday when it was time to train, because it was part of his lifestyle, even on vacation.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is beyond anything I could have thought of. When I first actually started training over 10 years ago, I didn't think that I could impact people and train with them in the holiday season from wherever we were. I didn't think that would be a thing. And, I'm blessed by it, because I can work with the people that I love to work with every day. And I can do it even during the holiday season without restriction.
Mm-hmm. So do you mind if I kind of...
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to take a gulp. Go ahead.
So a lot of people ask, well, why did you do this? Why are you in this whole industry? Mm-hmm. So I think we were talking to someone yesterday. We were in the FAVOV. So Pete, shout out to Pete Blum.
Yes.
Thank you for the invite yesterday for FAVOV. Yesterday we spoke to a guy named Austin, I believe. And he asked you, well, why personal training?
Did he really ask me why personal training? Well,
he asked for the story of...
Yeah, he did ask about the story of training. And, I have always loved the idea of helping people out as a coach. Anybody who knows me, like Jack can attest to, or anybody who I've worked out with, like Gio, can attest to, which is hilarious that they were both on here. I don't think they're both watching still. But ever since, knowing them, I've always had the heart of someone who wants to help you get better, who wants to help you grow in an area. I specialize in, fitness, but that's not the only area that I love to help people grow in. And that's just the area that I was first introduced to, that I found that I can make an impact on people's lives that they could see. Now with life coaching, I know I can make an impact in people's lives that they can feel and that they know intuitively. But initially, the trigger was, making that impact in a physical way, something that they could, look to and be encouraged by.
Well, I'm reminded of a story that you told me about while we were dating, because I also had asked you this, why personal training? Because you got out of the military, mm-hmm. and you were offered several jobs, yeah. and personal training was on your heart. Now you were working at Gold's Gym, mm-hmm. and you had made this comment, and you said, what's funny is I used to hang out with all the old people at Gold's Gym.
Yeah.
Now, why did you enjoy that? And then lo and behold, the thing is, yesterday you had mentioned like I thought I was gonna,
Oh yeah, I
focus
thought
on.
coming into training, I thought I was going to focus on, the 20-year-old athlete, and it's not the case. Most of my clients are actually older. A lot of them are baby boomers or just after the baby boomer generation. So, they're all in that second half of life. And, I really enjoy actually working with them because they offer things that working with younger people doesn't. For example, wisdom. I get to have life on life with these people, and I get to talk to them 2 to 3 times a week. And some of them are retired pastors. Some of them, they've been in the corporate setting and, various executive positions. Some of them have been in political settings where they've worked with campaigns. So, like, it's very cool to be able to draw knowledge from these people as I'm, pouring into them, they're pouring back into me. And they also are very consistent, because they believe that this is a lifestyle. This is about them being able to do this as long as they can. And that makes them great clients because they're not just training for an event. They're training for life.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm reminded of one of our actually oldest client, was 83 years old. And we got him from having less mobility. He was basically hunched over and wasn't able to extend his arm out. And as we worked with him, he was able to get up from his seat, extend his arm out, have more mobility, even his lower body. But he had always given you wisdom about life and things that he went through when he was growing up. But I do want to take note that we have built a lot of good friendships and relationships with our older clients, and I love it because Steve and Candace, for one of the biggest reasons why I love them so much is they helped us during pregnancy. So,
and I mean, come on, we had a client that was actually a Lamaze instructor, and you don't run into that on a day-to-day, but it's just one of the hats she put on over the many years where she's been like, working with women, working in ministry, working in like healthcare fields, and she picked this skill up. And it was during a pandemic, no less, where we were
pregnant. Yeah. And so we just build our relationship with our clients, even though it's all virtual. And she helped us out, taught me how to do breathing lessons, and coached him how to coach me.
And then we just returned a favor actually to my cousins, and they're expecting here in a couple weeks. So Scotty's and Eddie Rodriguez.
Yeah. So all that to say that we love all of our clients and we are congratulating all. But I don't want to just specifically talk about the weight loss because Miss Desi Keys has also been feeling that her clothes from a size 12 is now loose. She is going to a size 10, which is now getting loose. And then also her A1C has decreased, I think, 2 points. So she is doing really, really, really good. And this goes to that longevity piece, is that we are not targeting, we're not targeting the vanity side, because the vanity side is actually...
It's exactly what it is. It's vanity. It's fading. The
fades.
Bible says that vanity is like a vapor. It's like a puff of air. It fades in the air very quickly.
It's fleeting. But longevity is what we are aiming for. So I'm proud of Miss Desi. Quality of life. And she hit her nutrition goals and is doing so much better. And this is the why for me. Now, so we talked about his why. For me, when I was doing medicine, so in the Philippines, I had this one patient. This was an internal medicine. And so we were doing an outpatient clinic, and he came in and he said, "Doc, I just want to die." I asked him, why is it that you want to die? And a lot of times when you are in an outpatient clinic, it's in and out because there's a ton of patients. And so he said, I want to die. I don't have anything worth living for.
Wow.
So I remember giving him his medication. I had to give him a refill of medication again. He was actually on heart failure. He had heart failure. And so I asked him, I said, well, what are you planning to do? He's like, well, I'm planning on XYZ. So we had to do other things for him, like psychiatric evaluations. But his reason for feeling like his life is not worth it is because he had so much health conditions that he felt like his life is just not worth living anymore. He had so many medications. He was in and out of the hospital already.
Oh, and I'm sure he was going through a lot of pain.
Yes,
on a
and
daily basis.
he didn't want to be a burden anymore to his kids, because his kids were the ones that were taking him to the hospital, taking everything, changing his diaper, changing things like that, because he couldn't.
It's not that.
I'm sorry, his
adult
underwear. Sorry.
Jeez.
It's because he wasn't. I'm sorry. It's because he wasn't able to do things anymore. He was not ambulatory and movable. So that hit me. Praise God that we got to pray, and he at the moment had accepted the Lord. Now, whether or not he continued on, I don't know, but I had one interaction with this man. So it just, at the moment, I felt like, man, it kind of sucks that I'm giving him this medication and it's not going to change his life, because it was masking things. But now at this point, I am changing people's lives, because they're learning the foundation of health and nutrition and being empowered to make decisions for themselves and not being controlled by medication that feels like a burden for them. So I just want to say that my why is because I truly want life transformation for my clients as much as they want it for themselves. So with these two whys, we are offering a lifestyle transformation that people can utilize and have. And this is truly, truly what brings people into a better state of mind. They have more self-confidence. They're not using something else as a crutch, like shakes, diet pills, all this stuff. It's a lifestyle transformation, and they gain the confidence because they know now how to steward their health better.
It's alignment. And we are here to help you get into alignment physically, mentally, and spiritually. So, if that's you and you desire to be aligned in all of those areas, because they are very important, and just like the Trinity in itself, you need all three in order to function. Reach out, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help people, especially those who desire the help. Now, the new year is going to get very crazy. It's going to get very crazy very fast. It's fast approaching.
Yeah.
We all know what it's like. January 1st, when you jump into the gym, there's always the giant crowds. Everybody's on every single machine, and the motivation is really high for the first week or two, and then everything fades after that. Well, I am encouraging you to jump on it and get ahead of the game as soon as possible, and not just wait for January 1st, because you can get ahead of it. Really, it's just reaching out a message away, and you can get started as quickly as Monday. And it's really that simple. Now, this would help you because January comes around and you're not going to be the only person that's looking for help. There's going to be a big crowd knocking at the door. And at that point, we are limited as to how many people we can help. We want to help as many people as we can, but we urge you to get into the doors before we are maxed out at capacity, because we're 2 people and we got 2 hands.
Yeah. I just want to throw in there, I also realized Steph Wynn also had a win. She has reached her goal that we set, and she is nearing towards another goal. So she is down, I think, 25 pounds or 30 pounds.
She's down over 35 pounds.
But she is doing really good. I forgot to mention that. But Steph is also another win. Yeah. So yes, if you want to take control of your health, learn how to properly take control of your health and get off medication, and be empowered. Because a lot of times when you are in your 40s and 50s and you're on your meds, you feel like, well, This is it. This is life. It's not the end all be all. That is not the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are here for you. Reach out to us, message us, comment below. Let's get started in this lifestyle transformation. And at Iron Sharpens Iron, we always like to say,
make moves,
not excuses. You do know that's backwards, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because